Thank you for being with us on Across Louisiana, Acadiana Style. We start another show, and as always, we're brought to you by your friends at Mellow Joy, the original Cajun coffee. I want to welcome Joseph Sam. He's with CASA of SOLA, which means CASA of South Louisiana. How are you doing?
I am doing great today.
Y'all have a lot going on. We'll get to it, but just very briefly for those who don't know about CASA, a little bit about the organization.
Yes, well, usually when you think of CASA, most people think of the Spanish term, house, of course.
Right.
So it's not the Spanish term just quite. It's something a little bit more seriously. So what CASA stands for is Court Appointed Special Advocates. And what we do is we go out into the community and we recruit dedicated volunteers to serve as advocates for children who have been abused, neglected, and placed into the foster care system.
So I know that you're here today to talk about y'all are going to do your biggest push for volunteers in training, and we'll talk about that. But talk me through a little bit, like I would be intimidated to think about, can I do this?
Right, and a lot of our volunteers, they usually have that same fear. They are trying to figure out if they can go into that home, what is the home environment going to be like? Because most of the time, this is an abusive environment. It's a negative environment. Of course, a lot of bad energy in that place. So a lot of our volunteers are a little intimidated whenever they think about volunteering for such a program. But we make sure that that is not a problem. It's not an issue whenever you're in that home. And it's a more important issue, it's a better an issue for the child that's in that home. You have to think about it. You're going in there to advocate for this child.
Someone, right.
This child is scared. They don't know who to speak to. They don't know who to trust.
Right.
So you have to, of course, overcome that fear to make sure that you ease the fears that child is going through.
All right, Joseph, so how are you going to get this volunteer training going? Tell me what's happening.
We are everywhere. We are going to every event that they have happening in the Acadia, Vermilion, and Lafayette Parish, which is all the three parishes that we serve. We're going to churches. We're going to different family fun days. We're going to any company that will have us there to speak with their employees about recruiting more volunteers for our training in October. And we are trying to serve 100% of children. So we're trying to have a volunteer for each child that's in that foster care system, and that becomes a CASA child. So we are really, really pushing to make sure that we reach that 100% goal.
All right, well, at the end of the interview, we'll give your information out so people can get in touch with you. I also noticed on your sheet you're doing something with UL called The Scary Truth About Child Abuse.
Oh yeah, that's our upcoming Halloween event, which you know October is not too far away. So this is an educational event. We're going to teach you a little bit more about child abuse, just like you said, so that they can get over that fear, because this process is a little intimidating for first-time volunteers. So this event teaches them all about the process of what the child is going through.
Okay. And finally, a basketball jamboree, the 4th annual it's at, huh?
This is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We have 36 high school teams participating, and from all the different areas out here. So it's going to be a really, really big event. It's our biggest event of the year, so this is the 4th one that's coming up, and we are really trying to make it our best.
All right, and what's the date of that one? Do you remember
That's
that?
going to be in November.
That's
So it's going to start November 8th, and it's going to be a 3-day event that's going to stretch out throughout the weekend.
Okay. Well, the big push now is training. Let's get phone number and website info so people can get a hold of it, please.
Awesome. Well, training starts October 15th, like I said. If anyone wants to volunteer, they can reach us on our website, www.casaofsola.org, or, of course, they can give us a phone call at the office at 337-268-5111.
All right. Good luck, Joseph. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We're going down to Highway 90 to see the folks at Arsenault Ford and their new dealership. Take a look.
Back in the early 80s when my dad was building the dealership, I mean, he built it on family and trust and everybody working together and having everybody treat each other like we're family.
My two brothers and I have been all raised inside the walls of here. So when we have gone off to college and we've come back, it has been always under Daddy's watchful eye. Daddy's mentoring, Daddy's experience has always kept us moving in the right direction.
And now that he is starting to kind of step back a little bit and put more control into all of our hands, it's allowed us to take what we envision Arsenault Ford becoming in the future and to expand it, to kind of keep up with technology and just try to grow it as big as we possibly can.
We are not just the simple Ford store in the middle of sugarcane fields. we're competitive. We have made a mark for ourselves, and we have made our name known, not just as Arsenault Ford, little store in New Iberia, but we're out there. And when people are thinking about buying a Ford product, in the Acadiana area, our name is at the top of the list.
This is truck country. The F-Series truck is the #1 selling truck in the country. At Arsenault Ford, we sell a lot of trucks. Being in the oil patch, we're right in the middle of the F-150 and the F-250. The Super Duty diesels sell real well. The oil field's doing real well, especially around New Iberia. And we are getting a lot of sales from the oil business. But the new cars that they came out with, passenger cars such as the new Ford Fusion with their technology, and also in the Ford Escape, the Sync system and the My Ford Touch system, those two new models have been doing very, very well. Now we're getting a lot of feedback from the customers as far as for the technology in all their models. They seem to have more technology in their trucks than some of the other brands that are available to the public.
The customers bringing in their vehicle looking for a newer vehicle, they might be upgrading, or something might have changed in their path of life, or for instance, you have a young couple that get married and a year later they have a baby, and they might have a car they just bought a year ago, and now they have to upgrade their vehicle for what's going to fit their family needs. So in that same instance, that car, that customer is they're transitioning in their life as well, so they'll trade it in. And I might have, on the flip side, on the retail side of it, where a customer is looking for a vehicle like that, maybe for their new life as well, or what was changing their life. So it goes hand in hand, it goes both ways.
We have a lot of business, volume is big, but we're still small enough to be on that family basis, where I try to get to know, everybody that walks through that door. I want to know on an individual basis, and from me to my advisors, that's basically how it is. You're not a number. It's about being part of this family. Coming in for service, and that's how I strive to do it.
The one thing that we're really proud of is our internet, our website. We took our website this last year from being just the mundane, same Ford Motor Company website that every Ford dealer around the country can have, and we really upgraded it. It is extremely user-friendly. It has an app for your iPad and your iPhone. Our salesmen go outside with their iPhones or their iPads, and they click it, and they see every vehicle that is sitting on the lot. And the fabulous thing is, it is not just a stock photo. It's not a manufacturer's photo. It is the unit that's on the lot. So we want you to come, and we want you to know that when you get here, that silver F-150, it is here. And you saw the color of the inside. You know exactly what wheels it has because you got to see it. It's really the truck in the photo. The Ford Motor Company is not simple Ford Motor Company anymore. And really and truly, our belief now is we have such fabulous products, such fabulous quality, great technology. All we've got to do is get you in it. Get a customer in it, let them drive it, let them see what it can do, and they're shocked. It's not just the blue oval in the front anymore. For more information on all of our vehicles, you are more than welcome to go online, www.arsenaultford.com, for anything and everything that you need. And you can call us at 337-364-9721. And as always, it is as easy to find on Center Street in New Iberia.
Hope you'll go see the folks at Arsenault Ford. Really good to us here at Cox 4. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's Death by Chocolate, which of course will now get the attention of Nyla. We'll see you when we get back.